This is going to be my review of the Buck Apex folding knife. I'm going to go ahead and start off with some of the pros, and then I'll go on to the cons of this pocket knife. But before I do that, let me show you what I currently use for an everyday pocket knife. This is a Kershaw Leak. And also I got a Kershaw Cryo, which I usually use when I go fishing or hiking or something like that. So my experience for the review of the Buck Apex comes mainly from using those other two knives. So the pros of this Buck knife is, first of all, it looks nice. That's mainly why I bought it. I just like the way it looked. And it's very lightweight compared to the other two knives. It has the bottle opener, which the other two knives don't have. It's got, when I got it out of the box, the blade was centered very well. See, I have a problem with my Cryo. The blade is not centered at all. It's almost hitting the edge there. Also, it came sharp out of the box. So it comes out very sharp. You don't even have to sharpen it at all. And the blade slides open and closed smoothly. There's a lot of cons with this knife, and let's go ahead and the first one is the main con. The thing I don't like most is the paint. It feels very cheap. It's very rough. It doesn't, like for example with this Cryo, it's painted as well. It's pretty much almost painted the same color, a little bit darker. However, the paint on the Kershaw Cryo is very smooth, and it doesn't scratch easily. Compared to the Apex, it's rough paint. It scratches very easily. These Buck labels that you see on here, they're just like cheaply painted on. You could feel the embossed feeling when you move your finger over it. Like for example, versus this here, the Kershaw, it's very smooth. You can't feel that there. And also on the pocket clip itself, the Kershaw logo is actually etched on or something. So it just feels really nice compared to the Apex. The lock part, this part that locks the blade in place, it just doesn't feel very comfortable when you're gonna push to close it or unlock it. It just feels kind of cheap. It's kind of, and it sticks to the end of the blade there. It sticks and it kind of grinds against it, and you can feel all that. It's very. The other bad thing about this is it feels like a cheap cutout. All the parts on it, like they're not rounded at all, and it's just all flat, and you could feel the sharpness against all these parts here. And yeah, it just feels like they've been just cut out pieces of metal that didn't even get rounded, and they just threw it together like that. So that's the other thing I don't like about it. And it's not just the handle part, but the blade itself also feels very cheap and feels like it's been just cut out straight from the metal and hasn't been prepared in any way. There's a lot of chips at the edges of the blade and all the other parts on the knife itself. It's just starting to kind of chip against things because it hasn't been rounded off. So that's the other bad thing about it. Lastly, I want to talk about the pocket clip. This pocket clip is very skinny, and that combined with the paint, the roughness of the paint, it's just very hard to slide it onto your pocket. it feels like it just wants to rip the fabric of your pocket apart. It just does not feel good. I was hoping I could use this as an everyday knife, but I'm definitely not gonna do that. I'm gonna stick with my Kershaw Leek. It clips very easy. It slides right in. The paint is and the rounded corners, all of that is very good. It's very smooth, and of course it has the assisted opening, which I really like also. There's just so many good things about this knife that are irreplaceable when compared to this knife here. So yeah, I would definitely not recommend buying it. I bought it just because I like the way it looks, but it's not gonna be my everyday knife for sure. This is just gonna go probably on my bicycle, so I could just have something lightweight with me when I'm cycling. Yeah, that's my review. Please leave comments. I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.